Hi, everybody. Happy 4th. I don't know how many people we're going to get on here because it is the 4th of July. So I'm going to sit here a minute and see. Of course, we're going to have barking, but hey, I'm in Oliver's house, so this is just how it goes here. We have some of the most amazing new dogs. I can't wait to show you guys all the dogs that I picked up on Saturday. And when I tell you I'm tired, exhausted, absolutely exhausted. But everybody's checked in, everybody's bathed, and we worked tirelessly until wee hours of the night to get it all done. And I can honestly tell you, everybody's settled and they feel safe. So I've got a couple that are still a little scared, but we do a pretty good job here making everybody feel loved and welcome. And, the people we have that help here, they love these dogs, or they wouldn't be here. And trust me, Rhonda and I and Lisa and Robbie and yes, we have a really good group of people. So happy 4th. I'm very lucky out here. Do you know, for the past couple years, I have not heard any loud booms. I'm out in a very rural part of Hondo, Texas. And I think they know better really to pop fireworks out here because we have a lot of cedar trees, and the green cedar will light up very easily. So if they're popping fireworks, especially out here, they have to be very careful. So I'm lucky, and I know all of you probably, if you're anywhere in town or in neighborhoods where they like to pop these fireworks, I feel bad for you because I know your dogs are probably running and hiding, and there's probably a few dogs on here that are medicated because of it. It's awful. So I see a post every year that says, instead of buying fireworks this year, go buy, I don't know, some treats for the dogs or something. I think they're a waste of money. For me, I can't tell other people how to spend their money, but for me, I find I wouldn't waste any money on fireworks. I don't like them. So, well, we have 100 people on, so we're going to go ahead and start because we may not have a large group on here today just because it is the 4th of July. So first thing I wanted to say is a huge thank you to all of the lions that donated at our last gotcha day when we were in Indianapolis. That was Tracy's Paws' first oversized check that we have ever written, and it was written to the city of Weslaco, specifically for their animal shelter, for all their efforts and all of the changes. I'm sure you guys have been watching. If you haven't, please go over to their page and watch some of the wonderful work that they're doing. You probably remember back in November of 2022, I was at odds with the city of Weslaco, and I was probably at a point where I was ready to scream, and back and forth letters to the mayor and all kinds of stuff. And I'm getting some water. And I can honestly tell you, I probably prayed harder than I've ever prayed in my whole life. Whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever it is, I was praying to it that we got some good people in there that really cared about the animals, and we did. So in November, it was like a total management shift, and Alfonso and Baco took over. And if you ever in your life doubted what you're actually capable of in this world, or how much of a difference that you can make, hold on, I'm opening my water. Hold on, I'm gonna bite this hold on. Not very ladylike, I know. Hold on, I can't get this water open. There we go. But if you ever don't ever underestimate what one person can do in this world. They have taken that shelter and have turned it completely upside down and have put some policies and procedures in place that any animal lover watching it, you just smile, you know, when you look, because it's in all the years that I've been going down there, and it's been over a decade. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen changes like this. So I'm just happy, just very happy. You know, when your intentions come from a good place, from a pure place of love and wanting to do good in the world, I think the universe kind of moves heaven and earth for you, and that's kind of what I'm seeing for the city of Weslaco right now. Adoptions and happy stories, and when I went there the other day, it was clean, and I mean, it's a long time coming, okay? And there's really nobody that can take the credit away from this group. The mayor, the city commissioners, they all played a role in getting these two individuals up and running and helping them with their efforts. And it's pretty awesome. So I got to give them a $1,500 check from the Lions. And I was so proud, so proud, because what they're standing for in their community right now is they continue to provide animal control services to all their citizens to keep the neighborhood safe, because we have a lot of packs of dogs down there, and the suffering in the Rio Grande Valley is truly tremendous. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and right now it's worse than ever before. So you probably noticed that we changed our mission statement. And sometimes organizations do that when they have to adapt to new conditions in the environment. And that's exactly what we're having to do right now. We removed the word euthanasia from our mission statement and added the wording, end the suffering. You know, after a lot of research and seeing more suffering down there than I've ever seen, and hearing more cries from the community than I've ever heard in my entire life, moving forward, Tracy's Paws will not be pulling dogs from city shelters in the Rio Grande Valley that collect tax dollars from the public, but have decided to limit or cut off services to the public and leave animals suffering in the community. We have decided, they've actually decided it for us. They have forced our efforts to only be given in city shelters where the need is the greatest, and in the communities where the people, especially the poor people, need the most help. Public safety, along with ending suffering in our communities, and education, we have to go that route, guys. We have got to create a new generation of animal advocates that do a better job than our generation has. So we want the right kind of change. We don't want any kind of a quick fix, because quite honestly, there is no quick fix. That's a gimmick. Nothing in this world with the type of change that we're wanting, it is sustainable change. It's long-term change, and you know, it's not going to be easy. And but we're dedicated to doing that. And there's some other cities in the Rio Grande Valley jumping on board. The city of Weslaco jumping on board, leading the way, I should say, not jumping on board. They're leading the way. And I think you're going to see some amazing things from that whole area down there. We're excited. So on that note, I'll mention that we're going to be in, where are we going to be? Grand Rapids, Michigan on August 5th. And I think I have the same wonderful girls going with me that went on my last trip. It was amazing. So Tracy and Donna, I think, we're going to come on that trip. That will be fun. And now we're going to show you the new dogs. Oh, and lastly, we had so much fun reading to those children in Weslaco and implementing one of the modules of our Paws program that talks about spay and neuter, and it's all like designed around math. What a better way to teach children about math than talking to them about how quickly dogs and cats can multiply if they're not spayed or neutered, right? We had a fun group. It was a smaller group of kids, but as I put in my post, we had this one little boy that he just kept burping. So, I mean, like really loud. It was just so funny. We had a lot of fun with all the kids, but he just specifically made me laugh. And we brought our big stuffed animal dog Hazel, who's microchipped, and the kids had fun scanning her and seeing what responsible pet ownership is all about. They had a really good time with it, and I think they all learned something. So on that note, when I left the library, I went directly over to the Weslaco shelter, and I met some citizens there that I was helping with some dogs, and then also pulled, I think we pulled 25 or so from Weslaco and the community. So I'm gonna go around and show them to you. So you guys ready to see them? Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. So I'm gonna wait until we have our Jacqueline, who is a long-term stay, and Mia is a long-term stay, but the ones that are outside right now that will be coming in a minute are the new larger dogs, and I will show you them when they come in. So we're going to go in the isolation ward because I sent you a video, or I posted a video of these two, Isla and Shirley. And yes, Kim Murphy, if you're watching, I named one of these after your Shirley because she's a little Spitfire. Oh, look at that. Oh, Veronica, I'm sorry about your dog shaking. Oh, those darn fireworks. So I wanted to bring something to your attention with these two. So the city of Weslaco impounded them. They were running stray. And look at the back end. As I mentioned, they are going in for grooming. We have literally scrubbed them, and that is all staining on the back end. So I do think these were breeder dogs. So I want you guys to understand something about the community down in the Rio Grande Valley. Although there's a lot of really nice, wonderful people down there, we need to educate, because some of these programs down there and some of these city shelters that are flipping a switch and turning into the type of a facility that cuts off intake to the community, they're not helping dogs like this. So what you're dealing with is a backyard breeding situation, and I am just thankful that these two dogs were picked up by the city of Weslaco so they could be helped. There's nothing good that's going to happen to dogs by leaving them in the streets. There's really not. And there's so many of them down there roaming. So these two dogs, it's hard for me to look at, because you know what, I sit and I think about the life that they must have had. It had to be bad. I mean, they had to be sitting in, you know, I know they won't probably let us see their bums, but you could tell, look at the back end. I know, honey, and just so you know, the one that is the most matted, that's the one that's sitting over here in the bed. yesterday when I was sitting in here with her, with both of them, she hugged me. And I know I'm very sentimental, but she put both of her paws like this on my shoulders and hugged me. And I'm telling you, when I looked at her, she kissed me, and she's a beautiful soul. I'm so happy that they're both here. So happy. So these two dogs, again, were picked up running around the Rio Grande Valley. They're purebred schnauzers. Probably, I think they are. They were probably breeder dogs. And this little family, this is Louisa the mama. She's like, get me out of here. These babies are driving me crazy. And she is ready to come out of there. She's got 3 little female babies, and they were owner surrendered, if you can believe it. Owner surrendered. And right now, a lot of these extremist shelters that are being run by this no-kill extremist group, they're not taking owner surrenders, or they're making them wait for either an unlimited amount of time, but for the most part, we've been told that they're not taking them in, which to me puts these dogs in an awful situation, and the owner. There's some owners that, well, I'll just say this. In this area and all the time I've been doing this, most of the people that by the time they turn the dog in, they're up to here. They don't want the dog. The number one reason that we hear is I'm moving. And a lot of times it's a bunch of BS. Now, I've asked animal control and all of the workers down there that do the intake, what do you typically hear? It's the moving excuse. And in their opinion, and, again, you can only go by, certain shelters, they have questionnaires that ask people why they're turning in and all that. But when you ask the workers, what's your opinion? Are they really moving and can't take the dog? And this is what I hear. About 80% of the people just don't want them. And yeah, they might be moving, and no matter what you said to them, they're not going to change their mind. Maybe 20% of the people, if you help them, that they would maybe keep the dog. So there are people down there that we can help, but in my experience, the majority just don't want them. And I would never want to put a dog in a situation like that where they weren't wanted. No. So, okay, so let me go show you the rest of them, because we have some really cute ones. Hold on. So it might get a little bit loud in here, so hold on. So the stories that are coming out of the Rio Grande Valley right now, wait till I tell you some of these. Hold on, we're gonna see you in a minute. So this little, I'm not gonna go, well, maybe I will go in there. I am gonna go in there. Hold on. If my feed drops though, I'm gonna have to run out. Okay, so this is Tyrone, and that's Timmy. Okay, that's Charlie. Oh, and there's Pebbles and Tanya. Hi, sweetie. Okay. Hi, sweetie. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. There's Patsy. And there's Laura. No, that's Laura and Tammy. So I'm going to step out of here so you can hear me and I can tell you a little bit about what's going on over here. Hold on. So Gwyneth over here, she is an older dog that came in from a private rescuer down in the valley, and she has heartworms, so we'll be helping her with that. But a lot of the people down there that are trying to get help for these dogs, They're being told no by the city-funded shelter. They're being told no. And a lot of the people down there, they don't have the resources to rehome these dogs themselves. They don't have the resources to do a lot of things. So one thing that I'm very sensitive of, I probably hear on a daily basis, I don't know how you do what you do, Tracy. Well, I say that to Ashley Garza almost every time I talk to her. So she's always in the streets rescuing dogs, and I'll bet you I would say something to each and every one of you that are on here. We all have different gifts. And as long as I've been doing this, it still hurts my heart, but I do it. Rhonda does it. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that the people that are down there in the valley that are rescuing animals that need help from animal control, and they're told no, and animal control in some circumstances are telling them to put the animal back on the street, or hey, you need to find the dog a home, or take some pictures and network the dog. They can't. A lot of these people just cannot do that. So you can't tell them to put the dog back on the street. I mean, the heartache that must be causing some of these people is, I'm very sensitive to that, especially in the poorer communities. They love animals the way we do. They need to be taught how to take care of them better. Some of the areas do, but they still need help. And I don't want to burden them with more stress. So I would just, if I wasn't watching this stuff with my own eyes, guys, I would probably not believe it. And I've been in animal rescue for over a decade, and I didn't know any of this stuff. So the community doesn't either. So the changes that are happening down there right now, they're not good. Not in these extremist cities. So hold on, let me tell you about the rest of them. So these tiny little, look at this one's mouth. Look at the little teeth. Oh, is that the most precious thing you've ever seen in your life? Oh my gosh. Well, Tanya is from a very terrible neglect situation that Ashley Garza helped with. She rescued Tanya, and she rescued Tyrone, and who's this? And Timmy. Hi, Timmy. So Ashley actually rescued a lot of the dogs in here. Hi there. Oh my gosh. This little guy's adopted, so he's going to be going home next week. And he's one of our quirky kids. Everything is on his terms. He's cute enough that he can demand that. And then little Pebbles had to have surgery. She had kidney stones, and I mean the size of a quarter. So she had to have surgery, and of course they spayed her too, but she's got to wear a cone for another, I want to say, week. She has staples. Poor little thing. I know. And then we're hoping our sweet little Patsy, and Laura and Tammy, which they're a little hard to see here, they were rescued by my friend Dora and Oscar. So that's Laura over there, and that's Tammy. So now wait till you see these two. These have already become my favorites. This is Eeyore. Hi, Eeyore. Hi, Eeyore. Are you a good boy? He's such a good boy. He's from Weslaco. And when you know how you just know a dog is appreciative and grateful, we caught him in his bed yesterday, laying on his back with his legs just spread open in the air condition. I know that he knows that he's in a good place and he's happy. So yeah, this one was owner surrendered from Weslaco too. And if Weslaco would have said no, what would have happened to these dogs? You know, the animal care officer that's in Weslaco is amazing. So she tries to work with the families to see what she's dealing with. Is she dealing with a family that, you know, are they going to hurt the dog if she doesn't take the dog? Do they really need services? She does her best to try to help them and help the animal. And she never wants to put the animal in a bad situation. And trust me, over the years, I've had people tell me, if you don't take this dog, I'm going to shoot it. You know, people say stuff like that. And if I was a city municipality and I took money from taxpayers, I have to take those dogs. That's the way they should be run. They shouldn't let the people leave angry with a little innocent animal that now might get dumped because they didn't get the help that they need. No. So there's Eeyore. He looks like he's about like maybe a poodle something, and I'm going to say poodle terrier with that crazy hair. I know. Hi, Eeyore. You a good boy? He was going to give me his paw. You a good boy? He's so sweet. Look at that. Oh, yes. Okay, so there's Eeyore, and this is Alicia down here, who we think might be his mom or his sister. Oh, hold on a minute. We want to see you, Alicia. And Alicia was originally a little bit nervous in the shelter. Hi, sweetie. But now she gives me hugs and kisses and lets me hold her, and she loves her comfy bed. Look at her. She's a good girl. Oh, she's just beautiful. Yep. Just grateful dogs for any affection and love that they get. Hold on. Let me show you these over here. Okay. Now, this is Hugo. And Hugo is a little nervous of people, but I'm very good with these dogs, so I handle him just fine. He's so cute. He's a real, like, scruffy terrier. He's about 16 pounds. Hi, sweetie. I know. You a good boy? He is a good boy. You want to talk to me? He wants to talk to me. You like being in the air condition? Yes. He came in, he had lots of ticks and fleas. And then we have Gatsby down here, who's like a little beagle guy. Hi, Gatsby. And I'll say this, Hugo he's nice to Gatsby, but he's dominant over him. And I want to probably find Gatsby a new friend, because Gatsby wants to play. And you don't want to play with him, do you? No. He was trying to bully him a little bit, and I'm not going to let you do that. No, Gatsby wants to play. Look how cute. Oh, just adorable. I'll also say, you know, during the time right now when they come in and we have these sheets on everybody's crates, one of these dogs could be harboring something, could be harboring. There's a lot of things they could be harboring. So we are really careful about minimizing the spread of disease, which is why we use these sheets. So if anybody coughs, it hits the sheet. It's like a barrier. But when our new building is done, which is the Milton, it is a true kennel setup. So they'll be separated in a way where we won't have to do this. This is a lot of work here right now, you know, because all the dogs stay in crates inside instead of a kennel type environment, with the exception of our isolation ward. And we keep these sheets up and we wash our hands, and our hands are usually red raw after we get new dogs in, because it's just constant hand washing. So hopefully everybody will remain healthy, and it'll be smooth sailing. I hope that every single time that we take in new dogs. So here we go with the others. Okay, now this one is Vivi, I believe. Her name is Vivi. Hi, Vivi. There's Vivi, and Vivi is actually from a private rescuer, and she came in with two other dogs. One of them is Perla, who looks just like her, and hold on, and Annette. So, and Annette is full of milk, but she had no babies. So let me tell you what happened with these, because this makes me mad. And this is another reason, you know, why I've been so upset lately about this gimmick no-kill movement down there, that they're going to make the whole Rio Grande Valley or all of the United States no kill by 2025. No, you're not. So hold on. These dogs were actually roaming in the city of Harlingen, and the people called the RGV Humane to try to get help for them, because RGV Humane has a contract with the city, and they were told they were full and wouldn't help them. And the lady that ended up taking them couldn't afford to continue care, and had we not taken them, I don't know what she would have done. And that, I mean, she's a good lady, so I'm not saying she would have done something, but there's a lot of people down there that are begging for help. And we only have so much space here, so we cannot take over all of the stray population that this crazy group is not now picking up. So, dogs like this, how do you just not help them? I mean, I don't understand that. You know, I always thought that if people were in animal welfare, or for whatever you do, whether you're a rescue group or you're a vet or whatever, you know, whatever it is, but people in animal welfare, especially people in the nonprofit sector, I always thought you did this for the heart. That's not true. That's what I'm learning, is there's people that don't do it for the heart. And Rhonda and I, this is not our first rodeo with people that have an agenda that has something to do with everything but the welfare of the animals. So we're going to be educating everybody. I think we've actually been chosen to do that. What have we done? Over the past 3 years, we've educated everybody about Chagas disease. That was something that came about with our group. We thought we were going to be shut down because of that, but we did what was right and stood up for what we felt was the right way to treat these dogs. And now we have a lot of people seeking our group out for advice and information about that particular disease state and our experience with it, and what we've done and what we do is our protocol with our dogs. So we educated everybody about Chagas. It's taken 2 or 3 years, and we are now educating children in the community, and now we're going to have to take on the task of educating everybody about this gimmick no-kill movement. And like us, we had no idea. So I can only imagine that you have no idea. The citizens have no idea. I'll bet donors have no idea. So we just want everybody to have the information, and you decide for yourself. For us, we support love and compassion for all animals inside and outside the shelter, and no suffering. So, okay, here's the other ones. Wait till you see these two. So this is Champ. Right, Champ? Now, Champ is a purebred Boston. He's got heartworm, which we will treat. He's from the city of Weslaco as well. And then this little one down here is Piglet. And we named her Piglet because she's got these huge ears. And these two are playmates. Okay, so let's go over here. Oh, honey, how come you're not in your comfy bed? Oh, this is Little Bliss. And this one is Pauline. Oh, and these two are actually two that I really wanted to introduce you to. These two are from the streets of the Rio Grande Valley, and a lady, I contacted her who had tried to get a hold of animal control, she tried, not animal control, the Rio Grande Valley, Rio Grande Humane. And they told her that they were full. She could not keep them. And she was told to go put bandanas on them and try to find them a home. We can't do that to people, guys. People that have big hearts, that don't have the resources. She tried her best. She fattened them up. She was feeding them. But she said, Tracy, I have big dogs and I'm afraid that they're gonna get hurt. I don't have the resources for this, but they wouldn't help her. You know, and again, guys, that's why we will never support organizations like that. You can't do that to the people down there. There's people willing to help, but this utopia mentality that the entire Rio Grande Valley is just going to become the shelter and all those stray dogs are gonna live wonderful lives and get adopted out. Come on. I've been doing this long enough that it is not gonna happen, and we better wake up and start realizing that that is not reality. So when you see groups, again, you know, like the dogs that we have in here now, they either have heartworm disease, no chips, they're suffering, they've got injuries, they were breeder dogs, and you have some of these groups down there putting up free signs and saying free, 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 and taking off the ability to screen an applicant, so they're giving them to anybody with a pulse. This is not the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. And then when they leave, they won't let them come back in because now their owner surrenders, and we don't take owner surrenders. It is so screwed up. So screwed up. So these two right here, thanks to a citizen, they were taken off of the streets, and she did not have the heart. She didn't have the heart to put them out. She couldn't. But there's a lot of people that cannot do that. You know, there's a lot of people that just can't continue helping them. If they try to find help and they're not able to, you just don't know what they're going to do. Here, let's give you a little room with a view. Do you want to see out the window? She is so sweet. Look at her face. She's tiny too. She looks like a little brindle, just precious little soul. Hi, darling. Oh, look at that. Her name is Bliss. And I don't think she's ever had a bed. She probably doesn't know what a bed is. And then our sweet little Pauline. Hi, Pauline. I know, darling. Look how cute she is. She's got little bald spots on her neck like my Woody does. She's also from the streets, and again, they refused services to them. And if they would have been in the wrong hands, somebody might have, put them back on the street. We can't have that. Nothing good is going to happen to any dog being tossed out on the street. No. We're going to put up her little window so she has a window view over here. So, oh boy, guys, hold on. We're going to get that settled. And let's see here. Now, these are our long-term stays. Hi there, that's Glory. Glory and Harriet and Oscar and Kyle and Kellogg. Oh, hi, sweetie. And Gremlin. And there's Pancake. And there's our Gretchen. Ramona. And Harlow. guys. I pretended I was gonna squirt them because they're barking. It didn't work though. So I want to get the big dogs in because I want to show you these big dogs. Hold on. Can we get the big one? Oh, let's see. Oh, do you already have them in? Yeah, look. Okay, look at the Basset Hound. This is Pacheco. Hi, Pacheco. He's also an owner's surrender. That's Pacheco. And we actually call him Jeb Pacheco. Jeb. Look at that face. And those long ears. And boy, is he cute. I tried to cut his nails and he won't let me. I got a couple of them, but he's really strong and wiggly, so I'm gonna let the vet do it. Okay, and then look at this beautiful boy. This is Baron, and he's also from the Weslaco shelter. They nursed him back to health. He came in February and was there for a long time, and I finally had some big dog spaces open up, so we took him, and he's actually not that big. He's I think he's about 40 pounds. And he's so handsome. Huh? I'm gonna put Molly outside. Oh, okay. All right, and then this one was heartbreaking. This one is Laverne. And she was so sad at the Weslaco shelter. She weighs 41 pounds, and she's very timid. So we're working with her, but she actually, Brittany told me that she hugged her today out in the yard. So I think she's coming around. Did she hug your leg, or what did she do?
So first, she jumped up and hugged my leg, and then when I tried to walk away to go do other things, she wrapped her paws around my
Oh, oh,
she's coming around.
oh.
The lead around her.
Yeah, I saw her walking on a leash. Really nice. It was nice.
Good about it. She's just really timid.
Timid, yes. Well, we'll change that, right? Okay, so there's Laverne, and then this is Herbert. And Herbert is a scruffy little, like, 30-pounder. Look at him. He's cute as a button. And look, guys, guess who used to be over here? Elmer. And now it's Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Daisy is an owner's surrender, if you can believe it, from the Weslaco shelter. And speaking about Elmer, everyone's asking me, oh, hold on a minute, watch. Let's see if she does it again. She jumped up. We have another s'mores. Wait, watch. Hold on, let's see if she does it. That was Molly. She jumped up in the air.
That was an Elmer thing.
That's an Elmer. Elmer used to do it. So how is Elmer doing? I checked in with Glenn about, I don't know, a few days ago, and he's doing good. So we don't know any real details yet, but no news is good news. So I have been just, it's a blessing. He needed to get out of here. He was kind of institutionalized, and he's with a good person. So, hey, no. And I think that's about it, guys. Let's see. And I put Molly out because when I'm on the phone, she likes to, hey, Molly, say hi. She wants to come in. You can let her in. Oh, you're taking her home. Oh, that's why. So she's taking her home to cat test her because we have an applicant, and Molly has a lot of energy. And when I say a lot of energy, I mean a lot of energy. And she is going to be, if she gets adopted, the lady wants to make sure she's not a cat killer. So Brittany's going to take her home and cat test her. In all my years, I've probably only met maybe two true cat killers. Most dogs can coexist just fine in a home with a cat. Some of them will bother them or chase them, but we need to make sure of that. We really try to make sure that these dogs go to the right homes. So on that note, I'll take any questions that y'all have, if anybody has any. And then I am gonna go. Let's see if we have any questions. Always, I see them after the fact. Judy wants more about Daisy. Well, Daisy, we know, was an owner surrender from somebody in the valley. She was too much for them. You know, there's a lot of times people get dogs, they don't research the breed, and she's a typical golden retriever. She loves her people, she loves the water, she's friendly, she gets along with everybody so far here, but the family just maybe picked the wrong dog for their family. And thank God for the Weslaco shelter, because they took her in and she found her way to Tracy's Paws. Let's see, what happened to the little dog that was so scared of you that you were finally able to touch? I just showed you, that was Harlow. She's in room 2. Hold on. That was Harlow. She's in room 2. But she's in need of a foster home, Robin. And was Harley adopted? Yes, she was. Her family came up last week and got her. We've had quite a few local adoptions, and the pug actually was adopted on the last transport, but had something medically happen that we had to hold her back. So we had to refund the adoption fee, and now she's back up for adoption. She's fine. But we just had something we had to work out, and the vet had to clear her, and she's good to go now. So yes, that's Pancake. So let's see if there's any other questions. So Dawn wants to know, if I was able to adopt, would you be able to cat test? So let me say this. We don't have cats here, and it is not easy for us to cat test. And most of the time we will not. We're doing it with Molly, though, because she's a high energy dog, and she's like Elmer. So we can't always cat test. So if we have applicants that don't have a cat requirement and they're good applicants, we're going to go with those applicants before we will an applicant that is requiring a cat test, that the dog's home is contingent on the cat. So most of our dogs, we won't gamble that, because if it doesn't work out with Molly, we have to go get her, and so we're far. So we want to make sure as best as we can it's a good fit. So let's see, an update on Buster. Buster is still in Virginia, and he is getting training right now that he needs that we are unable to provide here. So everything is okay with Buster right now as well. I'm hoping at some point that we're able to provide training resources here too. So we'll keep everybody posted on that as well. And Remy got a home, the dog that was that we had to put in foster care because I wouldn't adopt out to that lady. Let's see. So Alicia okay, so the questions about our dogs that we just took in, we quarantine here for a good 3 to 4 weeks before we will adopt out. And there's a reason we do that. There are some diseases that we see here in our city shelters that amount of time, I'm pretty confident by the end of a 4-week period that we're good to go. So if the dogs have not exhibited any kind of illness, they're put up for adoption. They're given a health certificate and a clean bill of health from the vet, and then they can go. I would not adopt out any dog from the South without a minimum of a 3-week quarantine, and preferably 4. That's my personal opinion. So anyway, so they won't be ready for 4 weeks. And you could either pick them up here in Hondo, Texas, or possibly in the city of Austin, or you can go to Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's where we're going to be on August 5th. So, okay, guys, I will see you next time, and I will continue to educate everybody on this no-kill gimmick that we are uncovering that has they're trying to take over the Rio Grande Valley. Not happening. So anyway, we'll be in touch. Don't forget to spay and neuter your dogs, your cats, your weird friends, your relatives. We love all of you, and we will see you soon. Bye.